Right, this is my guide to the solo flawless master Exodus Garden to a lost sector in the Cosmodrome. So as you can see here, you have incoming solar damage. There is also void burn, which means increased void both coming in and going out. So unusually I've chosen not to use Anarchy here. I'm using a void rocket launcher with lasting impression to take advantage of that extra void damage. As ever, I've done the equipment breakdown at the end because this is not my first attempt and it just got boring doing that time after time. So just as you come in here on the right, there is going to be a servitor with a void shield. There are only void shields in here. For some reason I did come in with an arc scout rifle for barrier champions. Really, void would probably be the way to go here. I don't think there's anything in here with arc shields. I think it is all void. So yeah, first thing to do is get the servitor down. So I'm using the grenades to take off void shields exclusively because obviously I've only got arc on my energy. So that's what I tend to do, put a grenade down there. That will catch most of the dregs that are wandering around. And then you can use this pipe here to kind of head glitch. Yeah, shorted that really. So ideally what I'm trying to do here is get the grenade on the barrier champion to trigger him putting the shield up, and then obviously he could then finish with rocket launcher. Or I'm using Sundering Blast for the first time here because I found right here now it's really good at clearing those other shanks. Otherwise they kind of stick around a bit and can get really annoying, because if you're trying to do damage to the champion there, they're constantly chipping away at your health and your health isn't regenerating in here. You've got to pick up one of the little wells to regenerate your health. So here, just ticking it down. I'm not using my heavy here, don't really need to, because every time I break the shield there's an explosive blast here which ultimately kills him. So that raises the shield, and then you will get an overload champion, a knight coming in now on the left. So kind of getting ready. Again, really I could have put a rocket into him at this point just to finish him off quickly, because like with all overloads he teleports an awful lot and he regenerates his health really quickly as well. So yeah, as you can see, void damage is great. So you'll get rushed by a couple of the pike fallen. There we go. They come in obligingly. They run in a straight line towards you, so they're quite easy to pick off with your hand cannon. And then I'm picking off the rest from a distance with the scout rifle, using cover if I need to, just to recover my health. Now normally on Legend there's a sniper up on this platform here where I'm looking, but there isn't anything, I don't think, for Master. So I'm just pushing forward. This is new for Master, is another overload champion here. Again, this is just get him down as quickly as possible, so try and stun him, and then I think this is quite a good exchange. I'm very happy to see the back of him, even at the cost of a super. Right, inside this next section there is another overload champion, and once you push up there will be a barrier champion. Oh, there's a few, sorry, exploding shanks that come out of that door on the right there as well. So I'm trying not to push too far up so I don't get the barrier champion joining the overload, which can get really irritating. If that does happen, you've got to concentrate on the barrier because you will never take the overload down otherwise. As you can see, playing very defensively because I'm not able to regenerate my health particularly well. Good having a Warlock. That's one of the reasons for doing this on a Warlock, as well as the grenades, obviously. Being able to put down healing rifts and negates the lack of health regen to some degree. So yeah, here I am just picking off any ads that I can. Because although Solar and Void will kill you faster, Arc's not much better. And the Overload Captain here has a really fast firing rifle. So there we go. Again, I'm just trying to get him down as quickly as possible. So right, so you can see I didn't actually go into the little compound there that's beyond the barricade they've set up. But once you go beyond that and jump, I think that's what spawns the barrier servitor. So jumping up on here. Now I had a real problem when I was doing my run-throughs with teleporting ads, which I hope you don't have, but you'll see here. All of a sudden, well, maybe not quite yet. There we go. So getting out of dodge. And I will admit, I kind of forgot where they were. But they are to my left here, as you can see on the radar. But I do lose track, and I'm looking to try and get an angle again on the servitor. Really, the only way I think to play here is to go conservative, because you will get a couple of orange bar dregs that have the solar shrapnel launchers, which will absolutely shred you. Even if one of the bolts hits from a distance, that will tear through your health at an astonishing rate. And they're pretty accurate even at some range. But I think they may come through here as a kind of a second wave. If you play the legendary version, then you will know that once you've killed the bosses kill the boss at the end and pick the chest up, that seems to open a door, and then a whole load of exploding shanks come out. Those seem to come out halfway through here, so I don't know whether again this is just a hurry up mechanic, or whether that's the way, because this was my first successful completion here, whether that's how it happens every time. But you can see here that those shanks are wandering up, and they're the ones that I was waiting for. You can see there now, they're the ones with the solar shrapnel launchers. They will stand up there and they will generally be shielded, which is really annoying. If you see them unshielded, just get rid of them as soon as you can, quickly as possible. If you're using a sniper, then do that, but you just need to make sure that they get it down quickly. See, there's a mixture here. There's the orange bar, which seems to be shielded, and the red bar, which isn't. So again, I am just trying to pick off all of the red bar enemies so that when I get through to dealing with the barrier champion, I'm not being picked at by everything else around him. Okay, he's unshielded, so I'm going to take the opportunity to take him down. And think this is probably where the hurry up, where I suddenly see a whole load of exploder shanks that I'm not used to seeing. Yeah, I only thought there were one up there, so I'm a little bit lucky there. And again, he just turns up out of the blue as well. And comes back out of the blue. So that grenade, even though it damaged me and could have killed me, not a bad trade. Happy with that. Yeah, quite a good tactic just to lure them out so the servitor can't shield them anymore. As I say, this was new to me. This was a wave of ads that I wasn't expecting, I will admit. Those will one-shot you, I would imagine, being solar damage. As you can see, well, they one-shot the wretches anyway. Right, so I must be getting towards the end of the ads here. I can't believe I ignore the spin metal every single time, but at least it picks it up. It just, the Nova Bomb doesn't necessarily go where you're aiming it at, but everything was bunched so close together there, I got away with it. Okay, this is the last ad here. Void shielded servitor at the back. The grenade should take him down, but you might as well hurry him up with a hand cannon as well. Right, that opens the final shield. So new to this area, which I didn't realise, are 2 barrier servitors and a whole load of red bar ads as well. I've got plenty of bricks of heavy lying around, so I'm just tagging the boss. Almost two rockets almost takes it down. So yeah, I don't think it pays to be too aggressive here because there are some barricades up ahead there, but you will get wretches pushing you and you will get dregs coming out regularly and taking up position on the other side. So I tend to use this door as cover. You can see once you've damaged the boss, it makes his way slowly round up the platforms until he ends up on the right there. Now he's got the 2 barrier servitors, barrier champions. So I am just very quickly finishing the boss off. I want to platinum this, so I want to take down the 2 barrier servitors as well. Key to doing that is getting rid of, I tried to take them down as I went along, but you've really got to get rid of all the red bars first. Yeah, there seems to be a cooldown on the teleport mechanic there, I found. If you fire a rocket in their direction, they will teleport out of the way, but if you reload and get a second rocket, then they don't. So there you go, you see. Second one doesn't, but it's in a really bad position to try and get the shield. Well, I'm making that excuse, really. I should have been ready for that. But the good thing about having the servitors up there is you can tell how many ads there might be left, because they shield them initially as they come from their spawn point. but by the time they get anywhere close to you, either close to the barricade or running straight at you in the case of the wretch, they're unshielded, so quite easy to finish off. Well, there we go. Now, done that. So this time I'm a bit better prepared for the yes, that's why you need to get rid of all the red bars. Otherwise that would have been magnificent. So just as well I've got plenty of heavy bricks. Okay, this is where really just do what I say, not what I do, and take down all of the red bars first. See, there's at least 2 more adds there. You can see the shielding going on, so pretty sure that's the last 2 red bars. So last 2 of the adds, which means I can now focus just on the servitor. I don't know, again, this is a last man standing mechanic, but it doesn't always just float in the air. So I'm trying to get him to put the there we go, the shield up so I can stun him, hit with the rocket launcher, and then finish him off. And there we go. So play passively, you should be okay. Great rewards there. Well worth doing, obviously. But there's your triumphs, the mastery, solo mastery, and flawless. Right, so just go through the equipment I'm using. Any second now. Maybe I should have edited this bit down a bit. Okay, there we go. Right, so top tree Voidwalker, as usual, for dealing with all the void shields. The overload, so a good timed payload there. I would use a void rather than an arc scout rifle. Good void heavy with lasting impression there. And I used Sundering Glare because I'm not using a grenade launcher. There's no breach and clear. Sundering Blast, sorry, and that helped clear out the adds around champions when you stun them. But there we go. Finders, the overload mods. I went for arc here because there's a lot of arc damage coming in. Rocket launcher scavenger and protective light, that came in handy a couple of times there, you probably saw. So there we go, that's my legendary run. I hope it helps.